Hello, everybody, and welcome back to
Boo, you whore.
a show about whatever the fuck we want. My name is Benji, and I have one thing to say.
Karens, shut the up. Vegans, shut the up. Babies, shut the up. Everyone needs to shut the up. Lawn
Oh, I was liking that. Um, Hello, my name is Mac, and I am once again Yuri's number one stan after seeing her perform in Auckland.
My name is Mikey, and it feels so good to be so young and have this fun and be successful. I'm so successful.
And my name is Morgan, and sips drink.
Period. Sips tea.
Same sister.
Um,
Hmm?
Today she is not on the Dr. Pepper. She is on the Mio Energy.
Come on, Mio.
Literally, oh, it's so good. But we're gonna be bright and nice and sprightly and energetic for reviewing Drag Race season
Energy.
17 episode energy. If we haven't already, follow us on our social medias. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, do all the things, get into it because if you're not discussing with us, what the fuck are you doing?
You're only getting half the story.
Exactly.
You know, that random thing. When I first saw the video entitled Willem owning Untucked, this was early baby gay me that didn't realize Untucked was the sideshow, and I was like, oh, do they just not talk?
Just owning while untalked.
Literally. I thought it
Willem
was gonna be like
owning,
the
comma, untucked.
Untucked. No, quite literally. I was like, oh, a taboo in drag to the fact. Okay.
I
Speaking of,
do remember that video though.
I
Hmm.
think it's still up somewhere.
Oh,
But
for sure.
so the girls come back into the workroom. They say goodbye to Miss Butthole. She has been sent to the house, preferably Corey's. And
Well,
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 Preferably the jailhouse.
girl.
Take her to jail.
clink clink. Um, but they do also still have the time, day, and patience to call out Arietti from beyond about writing a tactful mirror message
And do.
and do.
Anya took that personally.
Well,
Well, seeing as it was personally about her, I
hmm
understand that.
since
Hmm.
Arietti did in fact call her out, name her, and
Yes.
say your mouth stinks.
No, literally. I mean,
Brush your teeth.
it out, but in the
Like,
moment, it's very like the producers promised and had kept to that had no one said a damn thing and was forced to talk about it, they wouldn't have said shit. Not a
Right,
fucking thing. Not a breath of nothing.
right, right.
Um, but all the girls congratulate Miss Anya for her third win. Brr, 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 brr.
like, who's doing it like
Win
her?
winner.
And literally, Miss Anya gives a talking head, and she's like, "I'm gonna keep it humble. You can't let them see you sweat, because once you do, face crack. Like,
Hmm.
Well, I mean,
what's wrong? I
like,
mean,
if we're gonna be real, it's fucking working and we can see it. Because
literally,
Susie got her two wins and she got a little bit of a big head about it. And now nobody will shut up about Susie. But
Hmm.
Anya's over here with three wins and nobody gives a fuck about Anya.
Hmm.
no, literally. It's like, oh yeah, Anya,
Like
it's just three wins. What do
Anya's
you
been like full
mean?
on beefing with girls, and they're like still sisterly with her because she's just calm, cool, collected, and she's not laying all her cards out on the table.
Literally, and
I live for this bitch.
the Kumbaya girls are still kumbayaing and winning. Like,
Was it Albert?
Oh,
Anya will steal trim. She will spray paint on someone's outfit a tarp. But you know what's worse? Susie two having two wins. Lexi Love. Lexi Love is like,
Lexi
it's
Love
it's
fully
okay,
got her
Anya.
garment sprayed on by Anya and said, Susie 2 did this. Susie 2's the
Literally.
problem.
Mind you, she's not even the one with the she-devil blood. Like,
Oh
Literally.
damn.
Lord.
I think Susie even says, like, girl, I'm not even the front runner anymore.
No,
Like,
literally,
what are we
Frankly,
doing?
literally.
she hasn't been for a minute.
Literally. Like, why are we still coming for me?
Quite literally. And speaking of who should go home gate, we're gonna get into it because this question was answered so correctly but incorrectly at the same time.
We can change that. It was answered badly by mostly everybody.
Yeah,
Pretty much, because everyone said that Suzwatu should go home, but quite literally, both Anya and Susie said y'all didn't answer the question on this day. Not who do you want gone,
exactly.
while also expressing to RuPaul himself, ruler of Morgan and the Drag Queens, that Susie is competition and that she should say.
And like, I mean, Susie calls it out in this moment, and these girls don't want to hear it, but they're trying
Mhm.
to justify it to themselves in their head because that's what they did and they want to own it. But like, that's such a cop out fucking answer. Even based on what happened in the challenge, Susie
Yeah,
wasn't going to be the one that went home.
Real.
Why are we talking about her right now?
Thank you. Like,
exactly.
Because you're not going to get an Emmy for that.
Mm-mm.
back to
Seriously, like if y'all are here to make good TV, which it seems like you want to do, why are you going to do that? Especially after the first girl did.
they're gonna say that at this point, Susie 2 is the single-handed reason why they don't get the Emmy back this year. Like, girl,
No, Susie 2 will be the reason. Actually, no, Lexi Love will be the reason that they
no,
get it
Lexi Love will
back.
be the reason they
I
get it back.
I feel like they've lost the chance for an Emmy ever since they lip synced to Yes and Acacia pulled out a makeup brush out of her Lydia Collins.
Bye.
So so I don't know if they're getting the Emmy this
The
time.
crazier part about that is that she had that like while they were doing the
In there for hours.
while they were doing the fucking like blah blah
Critique.
blah, you're safe. You may step to the back of the stage. Like she had that there the whole time.
What was gonna
Girl,
happen? Oh, she knew she was lip syncing. I was gonna say, what if
She
she was
knew she was lip
low,
syncing,
but
so
yeah, I forgot about that.
okay. And the only one out of the non-Kumbaya girls who was like completely real with herself was Miss Sam Star. Like Miss Sam Star said, no, like we are pressed because of her popularity with the judges, and that's why I said I wanted her to go home, which fair. At least
yeah.
she's like real about it. But she's not also here sitting and being like, I didn't answer the question correctly.
Oh,
Mhm.
right.
Sister, she mute.
They answered a different question than was asked.
No, exactly.
Like they answered the question, who do you want to go home?
It was
Not who
giving
should go home.
it was giving Miss South Carolina 2008. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, girl, what is gonna happen if you are a little nasty in this moment? Oh, this girl's gonna be mad at you. Oh,
And like, they're not going to be mad if they know they're in the bottom. Like, if you're saying, for instance, Lana, she's not going to be like gagged that you say
real.
her
literally.
name. Like, girl, I've already been in the bottom two other times at this point. Like, this is my third. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. It makes sense. Just say her name.
Quite
But yeah,
literally.
that whole exchange pissed me off.
And I get to a couple of my favorite quotes before we even get to the main meat of the episode. One is from Suzwa to the and she states one or two people as a compliment, three to four people as a conspiracy.
Hey, and like that's the thing. It just it felt like a dog pile for no reason.
Literally.
No, literally. And then Sam Star, which has some foreshadowing. Lip syncing is against my religion.
Well,
Well,
She's
Well,
a
she's a
sinner.
sinner. She's a sinner
She's
literally.
a
upon a
sinner.
crime.
She's not a Christian.
Oh my God, please, I can't wait to edit that. Uh, all right, so they come back into the workroom, Juliet, and they are broken up into pairs. Unbeknownst to us, before the maxi challenge is out, it's their pairs for the week. Sam is pressed more than a panini that Lexi did not choose her. However, Miss Lexi is playing the game, and she's like, if I pair myself with Miss Anya, I know I'm gonna do well because Miss Anya is gonna push me to do well and get my head
Hmm.
out my ass.
While I do think that is like fair reasoning, I also think that's a really big risk because especially when you
Hmm.
see what just happened last week. I mean, we touched on this a little bit, but like Anya, why would you go with the person who just won the challenge and forced somebody into the bottom because of how much they outshone them?
Hmm.
Exactly.
Like,
Ye- I feel like I would be scared to pair up with Anya because I wouldn't want to be like have her outshine me. Would want someone who I can play off on and like we can have a very good chemistry and have the same type of levels with each other to make it
right.
more seamless and not like Miss Charisma and then Lexi or myself or whoever.
You have to be
But I think
really
it,
confident in yourself.
That's when I would also need to pull up my conclusion
mhm,
Hmm.
because and someone, why are you here?
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I could like say like, what would Joella do in the mirror while getting my makeup done?
Wow,
You gets eliminated.
literally.
What?
She lip syncs with the mattress on.
Hmm.
All of her dance moves are sickening behind the mattress mom. Um, but we get into the mini challenge. They get to do like drag libs
Hmm.
and write a
Cute.
bio for their It was so funny and so
I
cute.
loved it. I forgot how much those are fun as a kid.
No, literally. It
Well,
hit
and
that
that's
little
what a lot
sensitive
of
spot.
the like those silly old mini challenges they used to do were too. They would have to like when they dressed up the like for Little Pound Cake,
Yeah.
the little
Oh,
mannequin dolls. Like they
yes,
each
yes, yes,
had
yes, yes.
their little thing that they just had to fill out the answers to and then give it. And I've always thought those were so funny.
They're goofy. Like,
They're just
or
silly fun.
they'll do like a photo shoot with a theme and then like Rue's reading out like a thing that they wrote. Like
Yes.
just little things like that. I think it's just so funny and like you would write something you can then like pose for in the camera and then Rue who laughs at every little thing
Oh,
that she wants to laugh
yes.
at, depends on who she likes.
Rue
And wants to see in
cosplays
the
as a
final
tea kettle
four.
for a little while.
As a tea kettle,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
The only person not doing well in this mini challenge being Lexi, our good
Girl,
sister.
girl. They
She's got
Girl,
literally
no own
said
purpose.
Lexi
she
decided to
didn't
write whatever the fuck she wanted.
she didn't understand the
She didn't
challenge.
Yeah, it
care.
was so it was like too random. Like, girl,
It was very like class clown vibes. Like
Hmm.
hmm.
she thinks she's so funny, but it's just kind of these like childish jokes that nobody else is really laughing at.
Yeah.
It's giving
It
She's
Alyssa
was
Edwards
literally
writing for the roast.
mm,
okay. It to me was very like Utica as Bob Ross with the gerbil
bi.
thing on, painting the tongue green or whatever, painting the thing green.
It was just like trying to throw a bunch of like, oh, look how silly, but it just
I'm so
didn't.
goofy.
It just came
Like,
I'm
off
so
as it
silly.
came off as a
Oh.
little cringe.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And speaking of, I don't just get fierce, I get drop dead fierce. The winner of the mini challenge is Jewel Sparkle.
Yes,
Hmm.
Diva.
Oh
Again.
yes.
I That was definitely the funniest one. Jules
This
and
is not too
Susie.
To create
Yeah.
something that is truly awful to
cool
look
to look
at
at.
or hard to look at.
The thing about like
Because
I am Betty Boop and Ronald McDonald. They get like their styles blended together. I'm like, Jules, you ate that.
She did. And of
when
course,
she said my dream job is to be singing on that show with the antiques.
yes. Oh my God.
Come
That
on,
that was
Antiques
fucking good.
Roadshow.
Yes. Oh my God. So fucking good. I was like, oh, this bitch better write for the back.
Uh,
She better.
Hmm.
See, Jules, you can be a funny girl.
And that was intelligent. Um, but speaking of, Jules gets to do her
Cerebro.
favorite pastime for winning the mini challenge and create
Girl.
the fucking order for this maxi challenge.
They did that shit on purpose.
Literally,
Do that
they were
shit on
like,
purpose.
"Okay, Jules did a good enough job. Great, she gets the win. She do it again."
Yeah, she'll do it
Literally.
again. They said we're coming for this
Storyline.
Emmy today, Mom. Uh, so speaking of, the maxi challenge is the charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent monologues with a twist.
Like, I,
What a silly reference that I kind of never expected Drag Race to pull. Like, why are we doing the vagina monologues, this random feminist theater piece?
They said we'll
Um,
take it.
uh, as a non-theater girl, I mean, I know what a monologue is, but I didn't know if that was a reference to something very specific.
So yeah, it's a reference to this play called the Vagina Monologues, and it's a bunch of monologues from women or like trans people, and it's just a feminist theater piece.
mhm.
Do we dare call it a manifesto?
Uh,
I don't know
I
really what
wouldn't
that
put
word means.
I wouldn't put man in
It's
the
a
thing first.
womanifesto.
It's a woman manifesto.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
a phenomenon, if you will.
a
Um, but
phenomenon.
no, it's a play. It is
Mhm.
by Eve
Yeah.
Ensler.
I love that.
Um,
I've
but
only
yeah,
heard but never seen.
it's basically just a large collection of monologues, and I think um, obviously it was a loose inspiration, a loose charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent, if you will.
Period. Oh, not that loose.
Oh,
Oh,
Um, oh,
I
um,
got it.
but each of them get topics and themes. So Jewel Sparkles gets Out of This World, which is a supernatural story. Suzwa too gets Learn That the Hard Way, where it has to be a time where she lost but learned a lesson. Miss Lingerie is wearing is has the topic of loss, so it's a story about a time when you didn't know if you were coming or going. Sam has the topic of triggered, which is something that set you off. And I love how this bitch said that should be easy.
oh,
Lexi gets payback's a bitch, which is basically a karma story. And Miss Onion Nerve is getting obsessed, and an intense obsession that took them on a wild ride where she decides to talk about her spiritual veganism.
I feel like some of these prompts are a lot easier to do than others, per se.
Agreed.
Like, I'm so sorry if I got the prompt lost.
I got lost.
I got lost.
That's literally all I would say. That's my whole monologue. I just look up, holds up cue card, has that little Britney fedora looking hat. I got lost. Uh, and then like the person standing over there trying to do my dance is just like shrugs and walks off stage.
like, please.
What am I gonna do with lost? I don't know.
Also, very randomly, seeing Lexi's bare nails in the workroom compared to her talking head is actually crazy. Like, it was so
Duality
weird because
of
they did like a
woman.
close up of her hand, bare
It's
bones, compared to the long, colorful nails that she has when she's doing her talking head. I'm like, girl, that is night and day.
It'd be so real if I worked in an office, I would wear the longest little acrylic nails just so I could hear that tap tap tap
Just
tap tap. Oh, divine.
I don't know why, but it's so satisfying.
Yeah.
It really is. I
I
had my
I
nail moment back in the day.
I want to have my nail moment and I literally want to build like the perfect keyboard that has the best little clicky sounds. So,
Looks at my partner that's like, I build PCs for fun. Um, but speaking of conspiring, Susie and Jules go off to conspire again with their topics, but also they are working together on the order. And as we'd seen in the preview, Miss Jules said, I'm gonna focus on making more people unhappy.
right. Right.
Until she does end up like backing out toward the end, and she's like, "Y'all could be responsible for your own failures," which I mean is also valid, but at the same time, no, I wanted her to like buck up and be like, "Nah, bitch, y'all give me hell, I'll give you a reason to be mad."
Yeah,
Exactly.
like first of all, there's literally only three places to put people because they're in peers, so it's not really much you can do.
Really,
But honestly, if I'm Jules and after all those people were rude as hell to me, I'm doing it again, but worse, and I'll be like, that was me being nice. Let me show you what it's like for me to be a bitch.
Literally.
And I want to be nasty. I'm like, okay, so Lex is gonna be right after Susie, and because Lex is gonna flop, I'm gonna go after her. So call that a shit sandwich.
Yeah. This one was a little like, I don't know how you would necessarily screw anyone over
real.
with the order, just because, like, no matter what, you're either first, last, or behind somebody.
No,
So, like,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, what else did you want her to do? Give her the win? Like,
yeah, like, can't really call shade. Maybe that's why she was like, oh, I'll back down because she didn't see an opportunity.
right?
Right.
She's like,
There
at this
there
point,
wasn't a
what's the
way for her to
point?
make it a moment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Some of the highlights during the prepping include,
Prep?
yep, um, Sam bringing up the point of how pressed Lexi is by Susie still, but also points out that Miss Thing, you're paired up with Miss Anya, basically the same talking about. You should be worried about Miss Anya. Clock Miss Anya.
Hmm.
Don't come clock anybody else.
Pocket.
Clock it. Clock in. No lunch breaks. Like, if Miss Anya douses you out, like if it wasn't it for it being a team challenge, Anya would snipe you hoes.
Literally.
Another one is where we get to see Susie 2 getting to do what she does best, thinking overly much and being cerebral
Girl, here
and
she go.
becoming the Abby Lee Miller of drag.
And I love that.
Because she said, "I want it if you can on this foot. I want you to go from a single into a double."
Girl, she said, "Do you turn better from your left to your right?"
No, literally,
Right, let's go, girl. Like,
she said,
chalk it up.
she said, change your plans. You should be good on both.
Like
Um,
I forget who it was that said it, but like I don't think Susie knew what an interpretive dance was.
No,
Exactly.
no,
she
Like
thought she was doing Swan Lake.
Literally.
the interpretive dance, at least to the extent that Drag Race wants it, is not a technical like structured dance.
no,
It is acting a damn fool
Yeah.
at
and
all
being silly on the
times,
stage. And
at all.
Yeah.
Miss Susie Toot said
Like,
it.
No, literally,
It's
she
like
said,
being a glorified mime. Like
Yeah.
literally,
you're there
like,
to poke fun.
please go shake ass during a ghost story, like.
Exactly.
Ooh, please look like an earthworm ate a grasshopper. while someone is talking about how drag saved their life. Like very that. Like it has to be
Where was
so
Miss Jada Shada Hudson for this
no
story?
Where was Electra
literally.
Shock?
We need her ghost story.
Oh yes.
The
Oh, how
ghost.
could I forget?
I need Electra Shock to do an interpretive dance of Vivacious talking about how they tried to drown her
Oh,
in the
mama.
ocean. Kelly Mantle. Oh wow.
I need Kelly Mantle to come back and talk about recreating the bacon.
Oh my god,
Do you think Kelly
please.
Mantle will ever do All Stars?
No.
She
You
will
know,
only do
no.
an all first outs if she could be the first one out of that season. That's all. That's the only thing she's ever said.
Miss Thing, I'm pretty sure today is the only person to ask RuPaul if she could stand over on the other side because the
The
angle that they were
camera.
shooting at was better for
No,
her.
I love Kelly for that so
She
much.
literally did not grasp the concept of reality TV, and I love her for it.
No, period. I miss Kelly Mantle. Oh my God.
Listen.
Like that's a D-ball.
That is. I love her. I need her back.
Well, she do have a podcast, so get your fill
Mm.
of Miss Kelly Mantle.
Oh, I do. I
Hmm.
need to. But we do hit some serious points here before the actual monologue. So Lana brings up, while prepping for her topic about her religious upbringing, and even with having a family of 12, still very much feeling like the black sheep because she's queer and
Why gotta be black?
right, why I gotta be black. But no, like, and that's something I can relate to. Like, it's hard being in that kind of a space where like religion, I would say mostly, if anything, makes you feel like you're placed in that kind of a box to where you can't really be yourself because you're told that yourself will have to face these set amount of consequences for being exactly who you are, and you're still trying to figure yourself out.
Hmm. It puts a whole
Um,
damper on the personality thing and like bonding thing.
Mhm. Yeah, quite literally, and like having to be told like, hey, can you not like have energy? Can you like not express like this is really dampening on like someone as a whole. It's like you're asking me not to be who I am.
Hmm.
I can't do that.
and I will say Lana tweeted like yesterday or the day before, and she was like, my dad called me after this aired and apologized and was like, I see you, I'm proud of you. Like
Oh,
it's
Like fucking growth. Love that.
even for the fish, the
oh,
goldfish.
well, she has since learned from that.
No, this is like new to me. Like walking around with the a goldfish in your ship.
This is very new for Lana. This being animal cruelty.
Susie brings up her trigger, which is that alcoholism runs in her family, and she's experienced what that looks like through different family members.
I mean, I think there's not a lot of people who haven't experienced addiction in some way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, and like it's an epidemic really, and there's not really a whole lot that we can do to avoid it in this day and age, but it's, you know, it's something that a lot of people deal with.
It is such a interesting topic because it's so normalized in like drinking culture, has it goes hand in hand with nightlife.
Mhm.
You better
Hmm.
hold up a Dr. Pepper when we are having a very hard conversation about alcoholism.
Well, no, Mama, we're talking about addiction.
Oh, yeah. Like Dr. Pepper and hair dye. Oh, get those away from you,
I'm
Mikey.
serious though. I'm genuinely serious. Like caffeine is such
Hmm.
a normalized addiction.
No, literally. See Starbucks like everywhere.
Like,
Literally.
and it's just something that is so ingrained in modern culture, and especially when it comes to alcoholism in queer nightlife,
Yeah.
which is where a lot of drag exists, and so there's especially a lot of drag artists that are dealing with addiction. We've seen it on so many seasons
Hmm.
where the queens are celebrating being sober and talking
Hmm.
about the trials that they've had with
Yeah.
addiction, and it like it's a hard topic. I can understand why it's something that Susie doesn't enjoy talking about, especially if it's something that has affected her so personally.
True.
So before we get into the visual representation, whose monologue did you like the most after watching all six of them?
Well,
So so this wasn't a good challenge, I don't think.
yeah, this was a strange one. Um, I think if I had to give my favorite like overall person, I guess Anya,
Yeah.
just because like both of her, like her interpretive dance and her monologue were funny. And then right behind her, like right behind her would be Lexi, who had like the best interpretive dance by far. And then like an
Mhm.
okay monologue.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
If there's anything Miss Lexi knows how to do is to not give a fucking act a damn fucking fool. I live.
And this is exactly what RuPaul wanted from this. But RuPaul did not want ballerina twirls. Like,
No.
And she also didn't want like completely serious, meaningful stories. Like
exactly.
she wanted fun. She wanted camp.
She
Yeah, I
literally
think
wanted to hear when Eureka shit herself again.
when I was watching the
God.
pilot stuff, I think they were talking about how like they were surprised more people didn't like make up a story just to
Yeah.
be funny.
Hmm.
Like that seemed kind of the route to go. Like RuPaul always wants to be made to laugh. Like,
I wonder if like because I'm sure or from what I understand, they're given like paper instructions of what the challenge is. And
mhm.
I wonder if maybe like there was something in the instructions that like led them to believe it was going to be a more like serious challenge.
Yeah,
Mhm.
But I still find that hard to believe because like on Drag Race, when is it ever serious like that?
Yeah.
literally.
I
Exactly.
think it's good to have meaningful, powerful moments. I just don't think this challenge necessarily was the one.
Mhm.
I just like I remember watching Jules tell the story with Susie like being all Swan Lake on her little thing, and then at the end Jules is like the ghost name was Jules. And then I just heard in the back of my head like one of the like SpongeBob characters being like, "Boring,
Oh my God.
boring. This guy
Oh, you
stinks."
stink!
Yes,
Literally.
yes. I'm like,
Oh my God.
it's cutesy, but like I want to laugh. I want to
Oh,
giggle.
brother, this guy
This guy
stinks.
stinks. Like
Exactly.
very that too.
How many times do we have to tell you already?
But yeah, I just think overall this was clearly a cheap challenge for them to run.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They said you guys get to go on stage and you have to interpretive dance, and here you can have a prop if you want.
Listen, the outfits that were provided, girl, what in the leotard fuck was that?
That's the only time I would ever excuse that.
It feels like they like had a challenge, couldn't do it for some reason, and they were like, fuck, we need something else really quick. What can we just like make them do on the stage?
Like, what in the I don't want to see any goddamn H&M and you better rhinestone all your shit if it's gonna come from H&M is this. Like,
Like,
sister,
girl.
this is what the producers provided. Like, minus the
It was
wigs,
just a
of course, but
strange one overall. Like,
it, I think with some refinement, this could really be something, especially with the topics.
maybe.
Like, yeah, like maybe.
Speaking of maybe, we got visual
Ooh.
representation. So
Ooh.
category
And
is
we've got a thumbs up and down scale this week again.
All right.
truly.
All right. Susie 2, ugly.
Yeah,
Yes.
but ugly.
But first up is Tuatu.
This is gross.
No,
It's
girl,
so
this
gross.
is so obnoxious. I love it because it's so obnoxious. Like,
Yeah.
it's giving if Mrs. Claus fucked the Grinch and then landed on a Christmas tree.
And
I love it.
I honestly wish the only thing that I think would have made this better for me is instead of this little like flapper finger wave moment, I wish he had just done like Liberty Spikes and gone just like full star.
Yes, literally just
Oh yeah.
sparklers coming out the wig.
Just
Like,
like
Christmas in July, very sad. But
but
no,
like
like
work for this category, sure, Susie too.
it's kind of like this
Exactly.
weird avant-garde but completely ugly that you don't
Girl,
want to turn away from.
I'm not allowing you to call this avant-garde.
This
Avant-garde
Ugh,
has a connotation of fashion,
a
of
fashion.
chicness. This is nothing of the sort.
Oh my God.
Oh, God.
This is not avant-garde.
This
Ah, okay,
very Saint
Emerson Yago.
Tropez.
Very Saint Tropez. Here, I'll
Saint
take
Very.
the
Tropez.
avant-garde back. I'll go. There we go. It's taken
But
back.
you know what? It's a woo, I guess.
It's a woo
Yeah.
for the
Woo.
task at hand. It's a woo.
Yeah.
Woo
How,
for the
like,
challenge.
how do you judge this? Because like,
Aesthetically, and if it fits the challenge, like
but like, if I
Exactly.
aesthetically like it, it's not doing the challenge because the challenge is to be
Exactly.
you can
ugly.
still
So then it would be
aesthetically
So
like it and have it be fucking
figure out what
ugly,
that means for you, Mackie.
right?
exactly.
Like to me, this is aesthetically pleasing to my eyes because it's so wrong. It's correct, but it's still ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, so this is not aesthetically pleasing to me.
Yeah. But
It's just
it's
Yeah.
ugly.
But if it's ugly, then it's ugly.
but for me,
I
it
get
meets the
it.
criteria. Like that's what they asked for, I think. And I
Exactly.
like it's still really like drag. It's this like oversized
Yeah.
poofy dress with this exaggerated silhouette, and it's silly. I and so I think that's what I like about it. I think it's ugly but done clearly like intentionally.
I guess then I'll just give it like a soft woo.
Okay.
Simple.
It's a woo.
Period. And speaking of Christmas in July, next to the stage is Jewel Sparkles.
Jewel Sparkles. Is it ugly? No.
To me, it is.
Like, it's
This
not
is
ugly enough, though.
But it's
it's
not ugly. Okay, this is gonna sound so weird, but
Even
it's
with her
not
man
ugly,
shoulders?
girl.
Where?
Don't clock her too heavy.
I was about to say Jules is a petite little thing.
Not
Literally.
literally.
Not in
All
this
of
photo.
98 pounds soaking wet.
I
Um,
see the trisuit.
I'm glad you
I
can.
don't.
Um, my point being, it's ugly, but I don't know if it's ugly in the way that it needs to be. Like
Right.
Yeah.
Like this is pedestrian ugly.
Right.
And
This
Yeah,
and
is just
like
like, oh, I bought it off the rack and it was made a little poorly. Like,
yeah, like
yes,
I forget which judge was the one that said it. Like this isn't ugly, this is just dated.
yeah.
And
Which is
so
still a re.
like but that's the thing. Like she still looks really cute. She said, "Oh, you know what'll make me ugly? Braces."
No, literally.
It's giving Last Friday Night by Katie. It's
hmm
giving Ugly Betty.
yeah,
Um
Oh yeah, I can see
But
that.
it like to me, this isn't ugly. I think she looks really
yeah.
cute, honestly.
I didn't think she looked ugly either. I was like, oh, this is kind of cute.
I thought she looked she's giving 80s prom. Like
Yeah, and I love that hair. Love that hair.
I like the hair, I like the braces, I like the makeup.
her little gloves are so cute.
They are. Oh, and she has the
They
little
are.
corsage.
Her little like boutonniere.
Hmm
I mean, I don't like this outfit personally. I
Is it
think
my
this
favorite dress
is
ever? No, but like
Yeah.
it's just it's not ugly to me. This sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you again, Mac.
I would rather go to prom wearing Joella's like monopulence look than this. Um,
Monopocalyptic.
very that nuclear.
And I
And the
think that
white pump.
comment was made by Gerard Carmichael, who's been on
Who
SNL. American African American comedian has been on SNL.
And the other things.
The other things. Um,
I'm so sorry to this
has
man.
had his own reality show. His neighbor. Oh, he's been in the movie Neighbors, which I'm aware of. Sorry, I'm
I
looking
thought
it
you
Oh,
up.
were
he,
about to. I thought you
oh,
were
he,
about to say, and his neighbor
And
is.
his neighbor,
oh, he was in that. He was in like that movie one time, and I think he was on a
literally.
show.
But
But I mean,
You know what? Good for him.
I guess he was in Transformers. Lord only knows
France?
where, but
Oh,
pop off.
Okay, doll.
literally.
But no, really successful comedian. But no, back to Jules real quick. Oh, can we get into like the church heel real quick?
We can.
I wish we wouldn't.
I
We
mean,
can get into it.
I think it was another pedestrian way to make this ugly.
Yeah,
This is truly what this challenge is truly on the runway of like ugly is perception.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
like
I just think no one's beating what Katya did. No one will ever beat what Katya
I
did
mean,
because that.
even like Violet in that, like she had that thing that I think she said she made in the workroom,
yeah.
and it was an uglier dress than this.
hmm
But
So
it
I
was
guess this
still
is
like
like,
it was still ugly with like a point of view
Yeah.
and like I don't know. This it just isn't really all that ugly to me.
No,
so
So
I
I
see
guess it
that.
would be a
for that
boo.
reason, it's a boo
Yeah,
for
it's a
me.
boo.
Yeah.
I'll just agree and say boo. I don't.
No, speak your truth.
Free your mind.
It's like I guess this like I love this category, but it's just like weird to judge.
Yeah.
Like I think this is ugly, but I think there could be a lot of more uglier routes you could take.
Hmm.
I feel like a really trashy 80s party or like a bogan wedding would
Oh,
be
I
the
love
way to cut
that.
like what they did in Down Under season one, which five
Yeah.
people me replaying the season five times, the only one who saw it. Um,
So
would
you feel like this is like safe ugly.
yeah, like ugly in the face, but you could just get lipo.
I think if we were only judging on the runway, this would have been bottom two.
Oh,
That's fair. I'm with that. All
Huh?
right. And speaking of, would you like to go to prom? Next to the stage is fucking on your nerve.
girl.
This
This
See, this
stupid
bitch
is
fucking bitch.
At first, I
See,
was literally like, at first glance, I was like, this bitch is not wearing a dress. The more I zoom into this, and I'm like, oh, this bitch is wearing a dress.
It's this little black dress with this silly, stupid train
It's so fucking stupid.
and these chicken turkey pants.
I don't. This I can judge because I think it's better when you go like ugly juries, but it's like in a very camp route. Like it's
Yeah,
easier to judge
Yeah.
that way because like clearly this is supposed to be ugly, and no one's calling this Saint Tropez. Very, it's not. This is
uh,
very not Saint Tropez. This is
at
very not
all. This
avant-garde.
is very not scary farms.
It's like even constructed poorly, which makes it even worse.
Like,
Like,
what is the way the train on the back sits is so
No,
awkward.
literally, and it's like
and the turkey neck
unproportioned
headpiece
fucking
literally just like barely on and like
and
looks like it's made out of yarn.
But
quite
still
literally the gobble
swallowing
gobble
her
looks
up completely around
Right.
here.
this fucking the red neck quail thing,
And then the
bitch,
pants and the
and the,
shoes.
the pants. It's the fact that you
The
can fully see her fucking heel in this picture.
well, yes, the painted toenails is just like a
Oh,
perfected little
listen,
touch to that.
listen. It's so ugly that I love it. This is a woo for me. I
This is a
don't need to see
woo.
anything
This is
else.
definitely a woo for me.
She had some on your nerve to win the
She
challenge in this.
did.
This is a
Literally.
woo.
She so did. Wait, and the bitch is also wearing like these like very nude, ugly ass nails that are like this small. I never noticed that.
These
I didn't notice
little.
she was
These
holding a
little
plate of
like
corn in this scene.
I don't remember eating corn.
where did you get that loaf of bread? Uh,
Gobble gobble.
Party.
gobble gobble. Speaking of, yeah, next to the stage we have Lexi Love.
I loved this.
Yeah, Lexi Love. Ugly for me. Fail.
No.
Yeah, no, this isn't. This was not ugly to me. It's part of like Lexi's magic of like
Hmm.
how she is as an entertainer and a performer. That to me, because of her energy and her light, this doesn't read as ugly to me. Maybe the
Right.
shoes, but everything else like looks gorgeous on her
And I
because
think,
it's her.
yeah, I think for me, like I get where she's going because it's giving like mismatchy, but I feel like at least mismatchy colors in this way is like really kind of in.
Hmm.
And especially with the way this moved on the runway,
Yeah.
like I thought this was really cool. The only thing I really didn't like was the hair.
Yeah, I was about to say that the only thing that was like throwing off the look itself was the hair for me.
Hmm.
But this was when this walked around, I was like, I get I get that it's supposed to be ugly, but like I was living. I was like,
Yeah.
this is cute.
Literally.
Like
Any?
even if this had like a little bit of a different color scheme, it would just be
Yeah.
like this would be fashion. Like
Yeah, like if these were all like a good palette together, this would be so chic.
yeah.
Literally.
I would hate to be a wig stylist and a queen's like, okay, so I'm gonna be on Drag Race. I need you to make me something. And they use your wig for the ugly dress runway. I would
Yeah.
cry.
Delta
And
I
it's
is
the
would
ugliest
cry.
crying.
part.
And it's
Oh boy.
literally and it's the worst part.
Like, it's giving like drag Colonel Sanders. Like
Ooh, that's
It's
an
giving
insult to Colonel
like
Sanders.
it's giving like mom from Futurama a little bit.
yeah, for
Oh,
real.
that
Oh,
mom.
that
Yeah.
mother. Oh
Um,
my God.
Yeah.
well, I guess I give this like
Uh,
I guess it's um, just because I like it so much anyway, and I get that it's ugly. Like, woo.
Yeah, I agree. This is a woo.
Yeah, I think it's a woo for me because more than Jules, I see the ugly in this. I just don't agree.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
Next to the surgical glove stage, we
Okay.
have Miss Sam Star. Now, bitch,
Girl.
Same
let's get into
star.
this.
Ugly. No.
No, bitch, this
This
is
is
so
literally a beautiful
gorgeous.
gown.
She
Like
she
this is frankly one of the best outfits and
of
the
the night,
coolest. Well, like
literally.
even of the season, this is really cool. It's really well constructed. The colors are really
I
interesting.
literally want to ask her why the fuck she thinks this is
Like
ugly.
what? She
Why?
Well, she doesn't like
like
blood.
she doesn't like blood and gore, and so I get where she's coming from in that sense, I guess. But I just think this is a complete miss when the challenge is ugly dress.
Mind you,
Yeah,
she's currently being critiqued by four hoes that love Dragula, so
Like,
literally.
yeah, I'm Dragula brained, so I
like
literally saw this. I'm like, oh, this is like one of my favorite outfits this season. And Sam's like, I just hate blood. I'm like, oh
I
my
just
God,
don't
we're not
even
gonna be friends.
like
this doesn't read to me as particularly gory though. Like
Yeah,
no, like
it reads as really fashionable and like I don't know
it's giving very the like death becomes her runway. Like
Very.
yeah. Oh, I
very
wish they would do
that.
that runway again.
I
same.
mean, it's been 10 years, they might do it.
That's
Hopefully.
fucked up that you just said that to me. That is so rude, Benji.
Mama,
Wait, what'd I do?
You clocked that it's been a decade since season 7 and I wasn't thinking about it.
Rue did that this very episode. That's why this category is
She
here.
specifically, yeah, Miss RuPaul said it
I
out of her
know,
throat
but we
during.
didn't talk about it yet and I forgot.
Yeah.
It's been 10 years since Kennedy walked down
Oh my
as
God.
a
Season
mutant.
7 was the first season of Drag Race I watched live.
Oh,
Oh, I just
Hey,
rewatched it recently. Oh my God.
hey
Like,
Mikey, how does it feel to be old?
Well, ask
girl.
Benji.
Oh,
it's called season. At least I know how to use it in my food. Um,
real.
She's gonna cancel the podcast. Be careful. That's mind
Literally.
you, that's a producer and editor.
But
Oh,
no, this quite literally is the most gorgeous I've seen Miss Sam Starr. Like, from her reference, yes, I get that it's ugly, but we're not reading from your brain, Mom. We're reading from the back of the house for the millions
yeah.
of viewers that are going to watch and read you. So, like, I love the fact that it's gorgeous, but for the fact that the challenge calls for you to be ugly, this does not hit the mark for me. So, two for gorgeousness, but sorry, woo for gorgeousness, but boo for execution of
Yeah.
Yeah.
that.
My favorite part of this look is the memes that have come out on Twitter where people are like, oh, this was allegedly Sam Star's backup for this runway. And it's like one of the most iconic looks from Drag Race ever. It'll be like Violet
Yeah.
Chachki's step down look or
Yes.
Isis
Yes.
Couture's like,
I've
Oh,
yeah.
Isis Couture's crowning look.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my
No,
God.
I have seen those and I've giggled
That is
about
My
so
it.
favorite
good.
part.
I
So
think
funny.
for
Good.
I think for me, I want to give this a boo. So then Sam's like, I'll just throw this out or give it back to Trinity. But I really hope she just like throws it out
We're
and I
giving
can
back
buy
to
it.
Trinity.
Or she could like sell it to me for free or something on Depop.
Sell
I
it
Thank
to
don't
you
me for
so
know.
free.
much.
Sell it to me for free, please.
Listen, there's quite a few queens that could return some things this season.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a boo.
so yes, it's a boo. And I also want to speak on this a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like we this conversation about like borrowing stuff from previous queens is taking a step back from where we had progressed in the sense of like it's already so expensive to be on this show
No, so real.
and
Hmm.
like I think there needs to be some sort of like
Leeway,
yeah or
some
like if you're
grace.
gonna take something that is previously made and adapt it to what the challenge is asking, you need to adapt it. You can't just bring it
Yeah.
verbatim and then and just be like, okay, that's what it is. I
Mhm.
still want to see that some work was put in to make it yours.
And I think
But
that's my issue. Like,
and it doesn't feel like Samstar does that most of the
no,
time.
like quite literally, she brought the exact same outfit that Miss Tuck wore it on Secret Celeb Drag Race. Did not
Hmm.
re-embellish it, anything like that. Same like that. That is my issue. Like,
And I think that's what people are complaining about
yeah,
for the most part. But like, especially online, I've seen a lot of like really like strange conversation for me about this, and I'm like, I don't think it's bad that things are borrowed. I think especially with where
Hmm.
Drag Race is right now, I think it's really resourceful if you are somebody that knows and works with other queens.
Right.
Use those resources. I understand not everybody has them, but like you have to use what's available to you to succeed. And I think
Hmm.
especially when some queens are going into debt to be here, I don't blame
no,
Sam for
exactly.
not wanting
Yeah,
to
I
pay
know
thousands of dollars for new garments.
Trinity and Sam were at Roscoe's for the viewing party this week, and Trinity was saying like, yeah, I wasn't gonna allow her to spend an exorbitant amount of money on your first season of Drag Race. Like, you're not gonna put yourself in a hole when half the time the runways don't even matter. Like,
Yeah.
no, like you're gonna look good. Don't worry, I'm not gonna let you look crazy. You're my daughter,
Right.
but you're not spending an arm and a leg.
Yeah. And I think especially from somebody like Trinity, who even before Drag Race had a really long drag career, she probably just has so much stuff
Yeah,
to choose from that it was a no-brainer that Samstar would dip into the closet. Like,
or has connections for people that have
yeah,
stuff she can use. Like,
exactly. Like, and I think obviously there is it's drag nepotism. We've called it out before, but
Yeah.
like I if I was her, I would do the same exact thing. Sorry.
exactly.
No, real. I mean, how else would we get the iconic Naomi Smalls reinterpreting Raven's look from season 8? Like,
Girl.
But that's the way to do it, is how Naomi did it. Is like
period.
Yeah,
bring the garment, but adapt it to the challenge
right.
in a way that makes sense.
Exactly.
There's, I mean, when we get to Lana, I think that personally is a good way to reinterpret that because it's like it's tailored and changed, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when we get to
Well,
it.
yeah, we'll get into her. Yeah, to me, this is a boo by execution.
Yeah, for in terms of ugly dress, boo.
Boo.
This is a boo, you whore.
Exactly, exactly.
You
All right.
whore.
Next, and cutting to the chase, we are going to have Miss Lana Jarrah, uh,
Exactly.
Candy
I guess it,
Muse.
yeah, I guess it was.
Okay, so I was just touching on that little subject and
Oh,
the conversation we. Oh, is this ugly?
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. So this is actually the outfit that Candy had
Hmm.
in season no All Stars 8
No,
season
season
No,
13.
this
Season
was season
13.
13,
This
yeah.
is
season
Final
13.
5.
Right. Got it. Thank you. But like obviously Candy and Lana are different builds, shall you say. So it needed to be tailored and also the hair is very different. So I do think that is a decent amount of change from the original idea.
And I also think like when Candy presented this, she was presenting it as, yes, look at this outfit that I'm eating up right now, this gorgeous
No,
dress.
literally,
So
Yeah,
while wearing a platinum with pink tipped fuck ass bob.
literally.
and but she so I think it's a funny way to like recontextualize an outfit that is from a previous contestant.
Right.
Uh, I would just do like a season 1 look or a season 2 look. Oh my God. Mystique, Summers
Summers
Madison,
Oh,
Madison.
her
her
country
country
look,
realness.
her
Yep.
country awareness look, which she didn't get, definitely didn't buy from the mall, like 20
Literally.
Girl.
bucks.
Girl, ain't that the time? Ain't that a time? Wow, a time ago.
This look though, um, I like it for the concept. Like it's so bad that like she almost starts making this look good. Like
No, literally,
Yeah.
Oh,
like quite literally, it frames her so well to where I'm like, oh,
I'm like,
she kind of ate.
And I
and the
think
Like,
way
it's
she
like
accessorized it and stuff, I'm like, okay, like
this might be
fair.
out of pocket, but I think we've become so used to
uh,
seeing bad drag on Lana that like
I'm like, okay, Lana, you better work
we're
this
like, oh
ugly outfit.
yes, we're diva, but it's
Ah,
just this.
But yeah, I thought it was ugly the first time around, and I agree the second time around. It's woo.
literally.
Yeah, it's a woo.
It's a soft woo for me. Like the boundaries could have been pushed.
I love that hair and makeup on her. Oof.
the
Mm.
hair on top, it's giving like dog tail, like a
I
fluffy,
love
It
that
a
hair.
those little
fluff.
ratty
Pomeranian.
dogs with the
I love a weird
Yeah.
hair.
I mean, the top of
Give
the
me
hair,
a
it's
weird
giving
hair.
Pomeranian. It is.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Makeup is slay. It's a
I mean, it always
woo.
is.
Like duh.
Oh shit. Well, all right. So we're gonna get into it, and so the winners of this week's challenge are Miss Lexi Love and Miss Anya Noive.
Come on, challenge win number 4.
Literally four
Literally.
wins, but they weren't
Mm-hmm.
pressed by Miss Anya
Exactly.
Nerve.
Let's see if anybody has something to say next time.
They were not shaken, stirred, or poured by Miss Anya Nerve.
You know,
What should
next
be,
episode they're gonna be like, okay, give Susie the worst one. Give it to Susie.
Literally.
yeah.
Meanwhile, Susie can barely do her own makeup. Oh, oh,
Susie is worried about not having three wins right now, to be fair. She's in her own head enough for the rest of us.
Well,
could
girl,
be in there.
I mean, everybody else should be worried about not having more than two. Meanwhile, Anya is just
Really.
sweeping the competition.
And Anya's just
Literally.
like, I wonder how many wins I'm gonna end up with at the end of the season when I win.
Like,
See, like,
do you think it's possible we see a queen snatch 5 wins in a season?
I hope
yeah,
so.
No.
if we thought Sasha could do it, Anya can certainly fucking do it.
Well, Anya currently has a better track record than Sasha in
Yeah,
terms of
literally.
like by episode count.
Yeah,
Sasha
Yeah.
got her fourth win at the very end. We still got at least another episode before the finale.
yeah, and I'm
And
sure that one will
and
be adjudicated.
Hmm.
sometimes they give a win for the like the last workroom episode too.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. I also saw a interesting statistic where um the makeover, obviously, it's one of those challenges where like you can just kind of throw someone in the bottom for whatever reason. You can give someone a win for whatever
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, I'm not excited.
It's very subjective. I have seen an interesting statistic that a lot of the times a POC queen will be thrown into the bottom, and one of the only people to like not have that happen to was Jada. Isn't tall, mother. So that makes me a little scared for Anya because she has only one low, and I would like to keep it that way. Because she slays.
I'm really like, as much as I wouldn't want Anya to be in the bottom, I
Mhm.
really don't think there's any way they send Anya home at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we haven't seen Anya lip sync, but we've seen her perform.
Yeah.
Clearly, she's
Yeah.
going to do at least a passable job in a lip sync.
In,
Right.
out, in, out. I think,
Exactly. Like
How I look in
she's gonna do
out.
fine in whatever lip sync. And she's
Literally.
also a theater girl, so if they give her something stupid, she'll be able
Yeah.
to
She'll
do
amp
that
it up.
too.
I think next week I'm looking at a Lexi versus Susie.
I definitely can foresee
That's
Susie being in the bottom just because it's the makeover challenge.
I think it's
Yep,
going to be Jules and Susie,
back
just
up.
because they will have. No, hear me out.
I don't see Jules being in the bottom for a makeover. I can't
I
lie.
do because currently she's on the weaker side of the track record, and
Yeah,
then Miss Watu has been up in her head since. Yeah, so I
I
think those two, just due to the arc, may fall unless Lexi decides to
yeah.
diabolically implode.
Maybe Jules will have like a Dakota Schiffer moment where you're just
Oh,
like thrown into the bottom just because you're like not considered one of the top people.
Dakota was pushed.
she
Literally
was.
shoved. I'm like,
solved.
Oh my
it's
God.
like one of those pristine
Behooved.
moments where like I can point to the makeup challenge being stupid and I hate it
Yeah.
because like that is you should not be in the bottom at
Clocks
all.
RuPaul not
You could have
cl-
won for me.
Clocks
Like
RuPaul not being there, Michelle having to send the only trans girl of the season
literally,
home.
Michelle's like, don't like
You.
you. Yeah.
uh, but now speaking of bottoms, the bottom two is Miss Lana Jaray and Sam Shar for the first time.
Yeah.
Her foreshadowing came true, Mom. She's at the
And
Hmm.
bottom.
she's a sinner. She's not a
That's
The
Christian.
She's not a Christian.
I saw a lot of people online saying that they thought
Beep.
Susie could be in the bottom instead, and I was like, oh,
Susie very
Like
well could have been
no.
in the bottom.
I
I don't
think
think so.
I think Susie had one of the better, at least better delivered monologues.
With the
So
way
Hmm.
that
like I
edit
think
was
she was
going, though.
I think they were setting us up to want Susie to be in the bottom. Like
Yeah.
they edited Susie really weirdly this episode, but
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised, especially after the critiques when they made it Lana and Sam.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
neither.
I thought it
It
was
felt
fair
fair.
judging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with what the criteria was asking. They said, act a fool, girl. Act a fucking fool. And
Hmm.
neither one of them could, like, really shake themselves to be like, okay, it's okay to look dumb.
And it also seemed like they really were like judging these people in pairs because you kind of
Yeah.
couldn't separate
Yeah.
their two performances. And so like um
Hmm.
I think it especially wouldn't have felt fair to put Jules at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I just very, very, very want to quickly talk about Untucked because the only really interesting thing that happened was Lana was like a little in her head and she was like, I don't think we're gonna be judge and peers. Like I think Sam's on the bottom and I think one of you two are on the bottom looking at Susie and Jules. And everyone was
oh,
like, girl, you need to learn the words.
know thyself.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like I think Lana did a good job for her, but I think
Red
she
shade.
It's
like
getting to that point in the competition where we can't keep including that for her.
right.
Like,
It
Yes.
Hmm.
she just like she wasn't letting loose and like performing in the
Hmm.
same way that
let
like
loose.
I said let
exactly, but like
loose.
even that like Susie too was in her monologue. Like she didn't have the greatest interpretive dance performance obviously, but like
No.
she really delivered the monologue in a compelling way, and so I think that earned Susie her safety this week.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right.
in a way that Lana just and Sam both weren't really able to capture.
Hmm. But sadly, we do say goodbye to Miss Lana Jara.
Well, let's talk about the lip sync
Yeah,
Ooh.
because
Hmm.
because why did Lana eat her up?
why did
Lana did
Lana
like
had her best lip sync of the season right now.
she
Literally,
did. Lana smacked her
I
around
hate when
so
a lip
hard.
sync assassin who like low key hasn't been like a
Uh,
lip sync assassin the whole
yeah.
time does their best lip sync and then goes home. That's so annoying. Like, shut up. She literally beat her. It was a good lip sync from both, but Lana ate.
And
Lana
I
was very much uninhibited.
Mm-hmm.
well, because I think she knew at that point that it had to be the lip sync of her life, or she was never gonna
Yeah,
stay. And
Yeah.
it really
exactly.
did. It
Yeah,
clearly.
that's exactly what I was saying. As soon as the lip sync started, I was like, okay, Lana has to eat and Sam has to flop.
Yeah.
And Sam did not flop. Sam
Right.
was good.
Yeah,
Sam was
Sam did
adequate.
a good performance, and it was enough to the point where like they were like, we're not gonna send home this girl with 2 wins over the girl with no wins and 4 bottoms.
Literally.
yeah. Also, I love when they have a Dua Lipa song because they're 90% of the time it's always like very high energy, and I feel like those
Mm-hmm.
are the most iconic lip
We,
syncs, the high energy ones. Like they tend to be at least. Like
yeah. We do love a good Dula Peep moment in this house. We do.
Yeah.
And
mhm.
But we are down to the final five. We've given our predictions on who's going in the bottom. Next week is supposed to be drag family resemblance with their loved ones.
I do
mm-hmm.
think these are always cute.
I
I
love
I like the makeover episodes where no one gets sent.
yes. I loved UK Six's makeover
It was
episode.
so fucking good.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
for those who do not watch UK Drag Race, you
You
need to,
should.
especially UK 6, because that one episode made me cry multiple times, and I do not like to cry.
How
Shout out
badly did you
to
cry, man?
No Complaints.
Well,
Um, sorry, I was trying to give Miss Fame. No, it's
uh,
fine.
Fine.
it's fine.
Fine. No, Lavoie's father
Yes, yes,
Yes.
her father.
looked like a grandfather, but just because
Well,
Lavoie's
that's
old.
just because she's old.
I was about
Yeah.
to say that's just
Yeah.
because Lavoie is old.
Yeah.
Lava is grandfather age already.
Mm.
Sorry, Diva. Love you.
Especially comparing to like when they called Lexi like
Girl,
Auntie
Grandmother,
Grandma.
yeah, Auntie Grandma.
her being literally like 32 or whatever.
She's 33.
Hello, hag queen.
Not what we used to write in our yearbooks. But that is the end for this episode. Tune in next week where we will be discussing the final five. See if we're right or not. Bye.